All right. Now we're recording.
Hello, folks.
Welcome back to the Moderately Idiotic Podcast. Where
Proving our point.
Proving our point. The fact that we were rambling on for 4 minutes and didn't realize that I hit record.
Earning our name.
Thank you guys for coming back to your weekly podcast of irrelevant sci-fi movies and other wide-ranging topics.
Yeah.
The point of listening is stay tuned. You never know where we're going to go. We were just talking about Armageddon.
That's right. We'll try it again. Went from data, hard drives,
gold. Right? Gold and computers and TVs.
Naturally leads you to a flying comet, which somehow ends up Armageddon.
Elon's going to give us a big titanium hefty bag up in space.
Well, I was looking at those.
Well, that was Plan A.
Plan A.
And then Armageddon was Plan B.
Those laser igniters, have you seen those online? I'm sure you have. You watch all the weird stuff that I would watch. It's like
my Instagram is wild.
You hit that button and it just like burns a hole straight through the tree, and then one guy cuts like a razor blade.
Oh, if you think that the U.S. and the rest of the world couldn't hobble together like some kind of fucking laser drill, and you got fucking Elon, and I mean, look, I'm not saying that the guy. I mean,
right. His
who
team
knows?
will do it.
Look, who knows how really smart he is?
Right, but
I'm not saying he's not smart. I'm just saying do we know how up the scale it goes about how like smart he is? Because this guy's wanting to build, or is he like we talked about it before? Is he like a jobs guy? Like is he just an idea guy?
Yeah.
He's smart enough to point people in the right way, and also smart enough to hire like the fucking best people to fucking execute it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't remember if it was. I know it's two drastically different comedians, but I can't remember if it was Stavros or Dusty Slade. But they basically were like, I don't like Elon, and I think the only reason we think he's smart is because we can't place the accent. They were like, if we could figure out the accent, maybe we wouldn't think he's so
smart. Like when British people, like proper British people talk, you think, man, that guy's
it's probably
if
he's
probably
went to Oxford, dude. Oxford over here.
Oxford. Undergrad, graduate school,
100%.
But like, who knows? I mean, he just be like, "Hey, man, I wanted to make electric cars," and then he's like, "Oh, hey, you know what? These guys are working on batteries.
Right.
These guys are working on drivetrain." And he's like, "Hey, man, I want to build a car," and they're like, "Hey, man, we build drivetrains."
Right.
You know what I mean? It was Jobs. Jobs was like, "Hey, man, I want my entire collection in my pocket."
Yeah, I'm tired. of having
I know
to push play.
I know Jobs is a deity to you, so. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like, it's like, hey, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
These people know how to do it. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. He may not be like smart, like writing code.
Right.
But, his intelligence lies in the fact that, hey, man, I'm going to get the best of the best of the best. I'm going to build a big fucking Lord of the Rings office in fucking Simi Valley. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen that thing?
Yes.
That thing is like...
Love it.
I look at one ring that rules them all.
Oh, 100%. I look at it the same way, and before we even get to our funny stuff, I look at it the exact same way that I look at running my shops back in the day.
Right.
And the same way that I look at bands. When I have a band, join a band, or put a band together or whatever.
Right.
It's the same concept because my shops always wanted the best of the best. I wanted the best people I could find to do this.
I mean, if you're going to make sales, then you need grade A, like fucking product.
Yeah. And some people are like, oh, you want more people with your strengths. I'm like, oh, no. I need more people with the strengths I don't have.
Right. It's like somebody who knows guitar, somebody who knows electronics, somebody who knows fucking firearms.
Guns. I need a coin guy.
Right. Jewelry.
I need a jewelry guy. And, I became...
It's like the Avengers.
Of those, yeah. And I've become... knowledgeable in all of those, and then I have my guys who are like, I'm in the thick of
this
it,
is me,
right?
This is my thing. This is what I know.
And I had a golf guy, and it was like, I don't know if that's going to be fruitful, and it's like, turns out it was. It was like really good.
These are like fucking Callaway, titanium, carbon fiber, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, he'd look at it and he'd had
take a swing. Oh yeah, it's a good club.
He sucked at people, so the problem was I had to have people guy handle the person and then him handle the merch and be like, all right.
See, that's what I kind of, that's where I believe my strengths come in. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not focused on one thing, but I'm also good with talking to the people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I'll take this in another place in just a second. But and same thing with the band. I got really good advice when I was 13, and it was an old jazz guy, and he was basically like, keep playing with anybody all the time, everywhere you can. I was like, oh cool. And he goes, but let me tell you the most important thing. He goes, always try to make sure you're not the best musician in the band. And I was like, what are you talking about? Because in my head, I thought he meant don't try hard or just like skate by. And he was like, you always want to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people who are better than you, because then you'll get better.
Yeah.
Which makes them better, which makes you
iron
better.
Sharpens iron.
Iron sharpens iron. But he said it in the old black jazz guy way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, don't make sure you're not the best. You don't ever want to be. And I've been and that's not a brag. I'm saying I've been the guy who was the best in the band. And you get off stage and you just feel gross because you're like, man, everybody in this band sucks. And then somebody walks up and they're like, why are you with these guys?
Yeah, but you're not
like,
the guy that like who's like a massive good guitarist and then just decides that he's going to put a solo just so he can just riff for you know 4 minutes.
No. But you just realize, and you're like, I need good guys. And so it's also really hard.
Well, it's like comics when they bring really great guys to open.
It's the exact same thing, and that's why I respect the shit out of comics and comedians that do it. I don't like the ones who pad it and bring a mediocre act. It's like, hey, don't bring this C level.
Yeah.
Because even the infamous ones with the world's largest podcasts,
I get it. Sometimes they're like forced.
Yeah.
In a way, because maybe that's part of the deal, especially early on. It's like, hey, I'll pay you to come to the club, but we got a local guy that's gonna middle or is gonna open or MC, and then you just hope that that he's pretty good.
Yeah. What's funny is I have a really interesting real world perspective of it, because when I was in college, one of my bigger bands at the time, we were doing really well and bringing people with us.
Right.
But some of the people would do just that. We would get a band and somebody was like, oh, you want a band that's good but not too good because you don't want to make you look worse.
Right.
And, we lived with that mentality, but a lot of times what happened is you look out in the audience and they're either bored or they're leaving. And I'm like, oh, we did it wrong. And then our big shift came when I brought in a band that were friends of mine that I knew. Right. I was like, hey, these guys can we scheduled it. We were doing a residency at Lucy's on 6th Street.
Right.
And it was every Wednesday. And we finally said, hey, I said, let's just get them to do the show. And when they did, the crowd was different. The scene was different, and then all of a sudden it became like, oh.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like, your first impression by having your opener. I mean, if everybody's just fucking killing it, then everybody's kind of in a frenzy. And if you come out and you're feeding off of that energy, then you come out and you fucking rip.
That's what happened. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like their lead singer was cool, and he was a good singer, but our lead singer was a great lead singer.
Right.
So it was like, oh, cool guy gets everybody riled up, but now he's like, oh, yeah, he may be cool, but guess what? I can sing. Yeah. And it really did just keep elevating until we had a circle of bands that was like, there's like 5 or 6 bands that were all playing together, and we were all making each other better. There was no jealousy. There was no anger. There was all like, no, we'll swap everybody's opener because we just want to. And I remember feeling great. And then years later, when I was building one of my bands, I had a guy who kept trying to play bass for me, and I was like, I mean, I'm just, it's not. Because in my head, I'm like, dude, I've played with 3 of the best bass players I've ever known in the entire world.
You're just not cutting it, buddy.
And I'm like, you can't just, what I need and want is too high, right? So I can't do this, And then I had a drummer who was great, but I knew he was great, right? Yeah. And I was like, no, I'm getting that guy.
Yeah.
And
there's nothing wrong with, wanting to make sure you have the great people around so you can, produce a good product because, everybody wants to go to a great show.
Right.
I mean, it's like this, concerts are like going to a restaurant, I don't know what's worse, like trying out a new restaurant and being disappointed. That's one thing.
Right.
Or going to one that used to fucking hit every time, something that has like a favorite, from a period of your life, and then you go back after a while and it just fucking
Yeah,
it just
you can
sucks.
taste sink water in the queso.
Oh,
it's all
that's
hey,
so
dude,
sad,
why does
dude.
it taste like sewage water?
It's it's almost personal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey man, I used to come here in my 20s, and it was fucking fantastic, and I'd bring all my people, and then 10 years later you come back and it's just not what it was.
We want the best of the best. So if you were drilling
if you were drilling a
meteorite or a comet out of the sky,
I think we've moved away from the titanium hefty bag to catch it, so we're just going to catch a ride with one, right?
we could catch a ride.
Right.
I mean, we knew where it was going for 6 months, right?
Yeah.
So
I guess the one thing that's different is that
too cold.
no.
Okay.
The one thing that's different is not like we don't need one that's hurling toward us.
Yeah.
We need to catch one just kind of like saying
we can
hi.
land on.
Yeah.
You
And
know
not
what I
have to
mean?
worry about nuking it at the end to keep it from destroying the earth. I mean, I guess that's what we want to find. I mean, that would be, to me, a perfect scenario of when we decide that we're going to fucking hop a meteor.
Oh, for sure.
Drill it, extract resources, and then fucking bail out over the Bahamas or something.
Yeah, and then you got to decide, do we do the smart thing and, get them all and go, hey, here you go, Russia, here you go, China, here you go.
Of
or
course
do
not.
No, right? Which it's just us.
Look, and I'm not going to give away any details, but here's the thing. In a perfect world, in a utopia, John, yes.
Yeah.
We would share with all of the countries. You know what I mean? Even if we found a new material that
we found
that
adamantium.
could reduce our footprint on the environment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And do all that shit. Do you think we're going to share it for free? Not even remotely a chance.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, only way is that, look, if Elon dies after we get off of a meteor, they found something on there they don't want anybody else to fucking know about.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, the same thing, too. Anything he, is innovating. He's not calling up Bezos and being like, hey, man, use this over at JetBlue. And then calling up Richard Branson going, hey, use this up in Virgin Space or whatever. Because we're still
suffering this whole of, it's like if you were writing code, you know what I mean? And you found this fucking new code that could revolutionize, how we do everything.
Yeah.
Right? It's like the movie The Saint, right?
Yeah.
One of the fucking great movies.
Great movie.
They're trying to find, fucking clean energy. And they're like, no, we're going to give it to the world.
Yeah.
And exactly what, yes, it was dramatized on the show.
Sure.
But you don't think that, there are going to be some people trying to fucking knock you off, trying to get that.
For sure.
Because they don't want China to have it.
Right.
One person wants to have it, and then they want the rest of the country to be at mercy.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, well, I could give you free energy, but China, you're going to have to absolve our debt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or whatever country wants in on it, they're going to have to pony up. They're not just going to get it for free.
You made me realize, though, just saying that, and it's abstract, but do you remember that era of for whatever reason, we just had a nice run of just awesome movies? And I'm not talking, it's going to win an Oscar. I'm not talking Sideways and Wine Tasting or whatever it is.
No.
I mean, good movies. It was like,
hey, look, if we learned anything, Oscar-winning movies,
I never
sometimes they're not, I'm not rewatching Moonlight. I watched it once.
I'm not rewatching Phantom Thread.
Yeah.
Because I didn't make it 10 minutes into it the first time.
I always recommend this movie to people. It was The Catcher Was a Spy.
Okay.
Right? It's got Ant-Man, Paul Rudd in it.
Yeah.
It's like a true story about a baseball player that got recruited to be a spy.
Yes.
Fucking fantastic movie.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give away any more details to spoil it because it's really a good watch. I mean,
I'll watch it.
You'll kind of figure out what's going on in here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of layered. It has some kind of, shit that goes on, but it's kind of like Cold War era, World War II, spy shit. And it's a really good movie. But like Chain Reaction with fucking Keanu and Morgan and Saint.
The Saint, the Jackal.
Yeah.
Right? I think they were like a week apart, but it was like, I loved both of those. And then it's like, but by the way, though, remember when you just watched Face Off? Well, here's The Rock and here's Con Air. And it's like, let's just knock this out of the park with the Nick Cage trilogy. But also, like Willis and Iceman were both
Val Kilmer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was like after Tomb Raider. Everything was just, there were these, or not Tomb Raider, after Tombstone. There were just these good movies.
Well, see, that was at 95.
That's what I'm saying.
In like 95 to like 2002.
94 to 2000 or something.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right. Where you got like, you got Heat, you got fucking Chain Reaction, you got the fucking Saint, you got Con Air, you had fucking Face Off. I mean, it was it was a bangers. Golden era.
Mission Impossible 2, and then we had
the Woo. I call it Mission Impossible Woo.
You had like 3 James Bonds that all killed it, like in a row, and it was like, God, dude, we're just.
And that was back when they were still doing like fucking crazy like gadgets and shit. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Pierce Brosnan, and then and that was the thing. I remember when that was a big thing. Was like, who's going to be the next Bond girl?
Yeah.
You know, and then it was a big deal when Halle Berry. Well,
Denise Richards.
Oh yeah, Halle Berry, Denise Richards.
Christmas only comes once a year.
Yeah. And then now, I mean, we don't even know who's going to be the next James Bond.
Yeah.
Which, you don't want,
I don't want Idris.
It's kind of like one of those things where, sadly enough that James Bond is an icon enough to now have to suffer through like inclusivity.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's other guys that I don't
know how many times we got to fucking beat that drum before people know that's like, look. Thor was a white dude. Captain America was a fucking white dude. Yeah. Captain America was invented in the fucking 30s. You think it was going to be, like...
It's not. Yeah.
A black dude? I mean, it just wasn't a thing.
I have an action figure up there that's one of my favorite action figures because it's one of my favorite comic books. It was a short run. It did it off and on, but it was a short run comic book that is very, very good. It's a wronged cop becomes a superhero, right? And he's got this cool suit. It's called Shadowhawk. And after like 10 issues, they were going to do the big reveal of like who's behind the Shadowhawk, right? And the comic book came in this really cool pop-up, right? Like you were buying a birthday card for your grandma.
Right, and it was just going to give you like a portrait of who it was?
You pull the roof up and like his mask comes off. And so the comic book gets taller, right? And so, like, you open it up, and finally you get that page, you're like, all right, I'm going to see. And you open up, and it's just a black guy, right? But, like, in 93 or whatever, they're like, what?
Well, yeah, it's crazy, even when you're old now, and you think 93, when it turns out that was fucking 33 years ago, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, it'd be like talking about civil rights in 85 or whatever.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's like to that person, and it don't seem that long ago, but actually it was fucking 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Yep.
Yeah, it was interesting. But I remember, like, I was cool with it, because obviously but I was like, well, that's not, I wanted it to be, like, I wasn't worried about the race. I was more like, who's it going to be? Like, what's the cool connection? But then, like, the author was like, yeah, he's a black cop. And so, okay, we have, but, I was in Houston. We had 100 million of those. I was like, dude.
Yeah, fucking Ronnie Coleman running around. Well, that was in Dallas. Yeah, them motherfuckers had the biggest black man fucking walking around Dallas, going to people's houses in shorts. Because his fucking calves couldn't fit in regular pants. You know what I mean? Yeah, yes. It's not an uncommon thing. Mm-mm. You know what I mean?
No.
But yeah, I mean, I like, hey man, that's the beauty of having like all this like alternative, like there's alternate timelines and alternate universes in the Marvel. It's like, I mean, things could be different in another universe.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah, one might be Doom.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying it in the one we live in now, 616, it took a minute before, things could do like that. It might be different in 617, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Speaking of Doomsday. I mean, we're, what was it, July?
I think.
Or later?
I don't know. I thought it was July, but I don't remember for
fact check that.
I can look it up so I'm not screwing things.
But man, I just keep watching all these videos, and there's all these, YouTube videos where these people are just, trying to put
No, we're wrong. December 18th.
Oh shit!
Jesus, the film is part of.
It's gonna come
Phase
after.
6.
It's gonna come out after Grand Theft Auto 6. Maybe. Damn, we gotta wait an entire. We gotta wait 10
I thought
fucking
it was
months.
sooner than that, but no.
I thought we were gonna get it like in the summertime. I think we're getting the Spider-Man movie in the summertime.
When does Secret Wars? Secret Wars is coming out in 27.
Yeah, Doomsday and then Secret Wars.
Jesus.
Well, man.
Doomsday is scheduled to be released December 18th, part of Phase 6.
Fuck, we're in 6 now.
Oh, 5 wasn't good.
What I'm saying is that, man, this is a big swing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Swinging a miss.
Well,
we'll see.
I mean,
hopefully not. Hopefully
to
home
be
run.
determined.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like, man, I mean, I hope it slaps. I mean, I hope it hits. I really do. I mean,
but I hope this for everything, right?
True.
Because
I don't want to see the theater go away. Because I love the experience. You know what I mean? I love going and eating, good popcorn and cold drink and a cold theater, especially in the summertime.
This new thing with even we got it right here in small town. In Smallville world, we have now fancy chairs over there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, wait, we have theaters that are just fancy chairs? They're like, yep. It's like, I'm in.
To be fair, though, when I went to see Fire and Ash, which I think they've grossed enough now where they're going to make the fourth one.
Okay.
You know what I
mean? Hope so.
I think, what's crazy is that movie had to hit like $1.5 billion before they go, okay, now we'll make another.
Which is also crazy because, no, it didn't. It was just, you know what I'm saying? Because,
it's still, go ahead.
There was a horrible movie that I liked by Uwe Ball. Meatloaf was in it, and then the Terminatrix chick was in it, Kristanna Loken. It's called Blood Rain.
Oh, no, I've seen that.
Michelle Rodriguez is in it. Now, I loved that video game more than any video game ever at the time. At the time,
who
I was
didn't
playing
love a hot vampire chick just murking fools?
I was playing that game all the time. And then the movie happens, and I'm like, psyched. And then it comes out, and I'm like, this is awful, but I'm going to watch it all the time anyway. So, but they gave it 3 sequels, 2 or 3 sequels. They changed actresses, but they gave it 2 or 3. It's like, dude, it couldn't have made any money.
To be fair,
I know it's different. Okay, I know it's different, but I
just want you to know. I just want you to see where you're going in your point here. Is you're trying to compare Blood Rain to fucking Avatar.
Top 3.
I mean, these are like if this wasn't
this is not apples and oranges.
It exactly is apple and oranges.
I think it's worse. At least those are 2 fruits. This is like, hey man, I got to compare it to an orange now and later.
Right.
And then like a Granny Smith apple. Right. To where it's like, okay, they're both edible.
Sure. Technically.
That's the only.
It's like me and Brad Pitt are technically the same species.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
technically,
me and Wimby.
Technically we're the same species as fucking, Wimby, but we're not fucking 7'5". You know what I mean?
Long-armed, long shins. Who has long shins?
I just like watching all of his highlights because he looks like when you would play against like some 7-year-olds.
Me and Lincoln. Right.
Yeah, and you're just dunking on everybody. Somebody comes for a shot and you're just slapping it.
It's me and Lincoln on the 8-foot goal. Yeah. Right? And I'm just like, hey, what up? I'm just the best.
You're
ever.
Double windmill dunking on your 7-year-old son. You know what I mean?
He's looking at me like, hey, what are you, like a jerk? Like,
and the thing is what's crazy about me with Wimby is like, I don't know if he's reached his final form.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he's definitely thicker than he was his rookie season. Mm-hmm. You could tell by the video that he's bulked up. I mean, Jesus. Yeah. What we going to get, a Shaq Wimby?
Dude, a Shaq. Hey, by the way, I was looking at that diagram. How scary is that he's bigger in height than Shaq?
Yeah.
Because, like, you see normal pictures of the Shaq situation, and you're like, oh, my God.
Yeah. And then I don't know why Kevin Hart would ever take another picture with fucking Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, no.
He looks like a fucking 8-year-old child.
It's the weirdest. But yeah, that one's always funny. Where was I going to go with that?
Well,
Anyway, go
on. We circle back.
Yeah.
As again, if you listen to this podcast, we always take side risks.
Yeah.
I mean, Doomsday. I mean, like I remember when Armageddon, our original movie we were talking about. I mean, it was a big promotional campaign.
Right.
You know, I mean, you had Willis, Affleck, Liv Tyler. You know what I mean?
Steve Buscemi and Owen Wilson. Crack team of oil drillers.
Man, I still can't believe I can't remember John Coffey's real name. Fuck.
Michael Clark Duncan.
That's it.
I call him Kingpin.
Oh yeah, good job.
So we had Daredevil, Kingpin, and John McClane in it.
Right.
Because he wasn't
and
Batman yet.
Arwen. We had Arwen. Arwen from I just watched The Lord of the Rings. We'll circle back.
Yeah.
I don't want to get sidetracked.
It's all right.
But that was a
and
big.
Then Landman. Landman's the head of NASA.
No, he wasn't NASA, was it? Was it like Homeland Security or something?
I don't know. I thought he was. I mean, he brought him in there like he was the head of NASA.
Talking about those string of movies, The Core.
Oh, there you go.
That was a fucking great movie, dude.
My boy Qualls.
Yeah, DJ Qualls.
Yeah.
We had
Karate Kid 4.
Yeah, we had.
What was her name? Hilary Swank.
Hilary Swank. We have Aaron Eckhart. Wasn't he in there, or was it somebody else?
It may have been. I can't remember everybody.
I mean, it's
and
now.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's those white guys in the 90s. They all fucking blend together. You know what I mean?
Start to get real.
All the white actors, they got all their work in the 2000s to start to fucking blend together.
Yeah.
But it was but what I'm saying is like I just don't remember, and maybe because it's not just everywhere. Because now, look, with anything, when you have success, right? Something say does $500 million, right? It sets the standard. Now every other movie that comes out has to fucking hit 500 million worldwide. And you know how? I wonder how long ago it was when that was the standard,
dude. That
because now it's got to do double that at least. Because once like Avengers or the first Avatar or really Titanic held the record forever, dude, doing like $1 billion worldwide.
It's funny when you go back to that one, and we talked about this before. I can't remember if it was on the pod or not, but like when a movie did too good, one of the things that would happen in the resale industry, like I was in, is you would end up with more copies.
Oh yeah, we talked about
the hardest
this,
copies,
where you would have like an entire row of fucking movies.
Dude, I would spell words like "sale" with Titanic VHSs and Titanic DVDs because we had hundreds of them, right? And so I'd be like, hey, make that whole wall all movies, but spell the word "sell" with Titanic.
Were people still trying to pawn those double fucking VHS?
Fucking quadruple with the... That's like the first Lord of the Rings when it came out with the 9 hours of footage.
It's funny when one movie is like a box set, you know, it comes out and it's like fucking 3 tapes.
How many times do I have to... Yes.
Well, 3 tapes and fucking special features. You know what I mean?
Dude. Yeah. I remember getting the Alien one, and it was just the first movie, but it was like 4 VHS tapes because it had all the cool special effects and the documentary on Geiger. That was so dope.
That I like.
Right. That I like. But yes, when your movie's so long.
But when the entire movie is 3 VHSs.
You're like, hey, man, you really can't make this. He's like, well, I could have, but I would have had to lower the quality. It's like, well, that's all right.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, speaking of movies that were, super long, like I went down the rabbit hole of watching all the Lord of the Rings extended versions.
Okay.
And what's crazy is, it was 12 hours of my life.
Yeah.
Of, gone because I was, in Middle Earth. But, when I brought it up on Amazon, it was like 100, it was equivalent to like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
And the good thing is that and I always talk about this. It's like the stuff that they cut out versus the theatrical release versus what you get in the extended. Yeah. Right? And you lose and I felt, at least with The Lord of the Rings, on several of the movies, that there's a lot of context that they cut out. Yeah. That would have solved a lot of plot holes anybody would be bringing up. Because, people watch that shit with a microscope now.
Oh, for sure.
And trying to find, like, well, that don't make any sense, and this didn't go anywhere, and all of the shit that they left out that you get in the extended version.
Loose ends, right.
It brings a lot of the story, for you to understand why there was holes in the theatrical version, is you get all that fucking back info. Yeah. And I'm like, well, there's a ton of shit they could have cut out to put this back in. But also, too, they knew at some point, because that was the game when those movies came out, is that you're going to get what you saw in the theaters for fucking $15, and then if you want the extended version, you're going to get that for $5 more. You know what I mean? Or we're going to give you like a golden box, you know?
Yeah.
It was just a game to make money. But see, here's the thing. There's no money to be made in DVDs anymore. You know what I mean? It's all streaming now. And so that's why they had the strikes. That's why they had writer strikes, actor strikes, because they're all these you know, I mean, they're fucking, the record company set the bar about, you know, moving to a new medium.
Okay.
And, you know, boning the artist. I'd be like, well, this isn't in your contract. This is something new. So you don't get any pieces of that. And that's why I see, like, when fucking Metallica sued fucking Napster.
People don't understand what they weren't doing what they thought they were doing then. Everybody was like, oh, they're just being greedy assholes. And it's like, no, man. They were trying to, they genuinely, and I say this as somebody who has been and is a professional musician.
Fucking turncoat over here.
Genuinely trying to save what I'm dealing with now. Right? I've shown you it ad nauseum.
What's that?
But right now, right? Spotify currently in my Spotify wallet, they owe me $11.
Damn,
right?
son.
And at the amount of streams I've had people go, hey, it's actually pretty good. It's not. It's 0.0007.
I don't even know if that covers a Happy Meal anymore.
It doesn't even cover the fee that I pay to have my music on Spotify. It's like, you guys, but that's what they were trying. They had the wherewithal to go, hold on. I think I already know how this turns out. And some people were like, yeah, we used to you millionaires. It's like, yeah, they were millionaires, but they were also trying to go, yes, we want our cut because we deserve it. But they knew, yeah, but if we do this, what about every other band?
You know, I think about this sometimes when I'm laying at night and I'm trying to not to let my intrusive thoughts, you know, darken my brain. I think about if I was going to travel back in time. You know, I could go invest in Apple and all that when it was shit, right? But, you know, what also you could do is you could also be an agent. You could be a good agent. You could be an honest guy and be like, hey, man, you know, they're doing this and doing that. Maybe you need to have some language in your contract in case these new things come out that you're not getting, that the record company's not fucking getting boned, right?
That's really good, man. Yeah.
And then maybe because of that, I get a little piece of the action. Okay. You know what I mean? And then, you know, next thing I know, I could, in the fucking 818, I could be fucking Taylor fucking Swift's manager.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd be like, don't sign this
don't
deal.
sign that.
You know what I mean? Don't give away your masters. Keep that shit.
Yeah, dude. It's logic.
Yeah. It'd have been more than like, hey man, why is this fat dude from Texas like a billionaire now? Because for some reason he bought all these stocks.
How did you know?
How did you know these specific stocks were going to fucking hit?
As good as Pelosi, baby.
No, I'm in fucking Nashville. I'm fucking a mover and shaker, dude. I'm wearing a leather coat. I'm dressing like Jon in Nashville.
Dude, or that copper coat that dude who invented Meta. Have you seen him? His name's Parker. He invented like the Oculus and the Meta goggles, and he wears a copper like fringe jacket. It's like, what is this? And he's like, it's like leather and copper. It's all right, man. He's like, yeah.
How do you one up Seagal from On Deadly Ground?
That's exactly what I thought. I was like, is this On Deadly Ground? He's like,
are you one up in Seagal, dude?
I didn't realize
you one up in Seagal with actual copper on your French jacket, bro.
Side note, dude. I can't tell you how many decades I've been waiting for this one, but Michael Jai White on Rogan.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I haven't listened to it yet.
I watched the whole thing.
Was it good?
Yeah. Yeah, it's 3 hours of them talking combat sports, but it's so cool.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm okay with that.
It's so cool. Speaking of combat sports.
Oh, yeah? Segway.
One good, one bad. I don't care what anybody says. The bad one?
What?
Mayweather versus Tyson. It's happening.
Is that for real?
That's for real. Mayweather, retired winner, champ.
All right. You're kind of fucking aggravating me.
Winner, right? Two of the greatest to ever do it. Period. No caveats. Two of the greatest to ever do it.
No argument there.
20 and 35 years past their primes.
At least.
Okay. Both old, both retired. One's too old, one's too retired. One, Floyd, the millionaire moneymaker Mayweather, doesn't need the money. Tyson now has $40 million in the bank from Jake Paul. Doesn't need the money.
Here's the thing. Look, Mike Tyson probably doesn't need the money either.
No. He's got his weed business good. The Jake Paul fight that was scripted.
He made a lot of money.
Made a lot of money.
He made a lot of money from that, for sure.
Scripted Jake
The
Paul
other thing
fight.
about Tyson is that he's kind of like in the fucking, he's where Mayweather is now.
Right.
Well, Mayweather was where Mike Tyson was in like the early 2000s.
Right.
Right.
I get it. Yes.
He fucking blew all of his money on buying fucking tigers and, buying like hookers, fucking BMWs or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Whatever it was.
And the same thing with fucking Mayweather. Well, like, why do you need a fucking diamond encrusted watch? Or, why do you need fucking 6 white fucking Phantoms?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Why do you need 12 houses in fucking Las Vegas? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he says money, Mayweather.
Right.
But, I got to say, I don't really think like he has a good financial guy, because why are you getting in the ring?
Right.
I mean, he grossed $1 billion in purses over his career.
Right. You run into this weird issue, and then I don't know how many people want to hear us get inside sports, but you run into this thing where Mayweather is champ, winningest boxer guy, but he did most of it while not getting hit because he's so good at not getting hit, right? The other guy is world famous for, if I do hit you, you're done, right? And even now, because we all know he didn't give full steam with Jake. But
I don't give a shit who wants to argue this, because I argue this all day. The Mike Tysons we saw in the training videos prior to the fucking Jake Paul fight and watching him hobble out of the fucking hobble to the ring was
not
there
the
was
same.
Clearly there was an injury,
Clearly.
but it was too far into the game where he could give up.
Right.
Because Jake was probably like, look, you can stop, but, it's going to fuck up the money.
Right.
And Tyson's like, for $40 million, I'll get through it.
Right.
I'd have stepped in the fucking ring with Jake Paul for $40 million.
Seeing him hold punches like that, but aside, to this day, if you or I get hit in the face, but even, and this is why I say,
you know what I think about, just one more thing about Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. It's like when, it's like in a fucking Gladiator, where Joaquin fucking jabs Maximus before he rises up into the pit. So he's fucking, not even near full strength to fight. Right. The only other thing is that there was probably, look, even at 55 years old, if Mike Tyson catches you with a hook, you're done. Night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now he's got old man muscles.
And not even just you and I, and that's why I say this. It's because Mayweather's slim, he's a smaller guy, and he's known for not getting hit. His defense. Right.
Well, yeah.
His avoidance
I'm not arguing that when people say he's the best defensive fucking fighter in the game ever.
But if Tyson hits him in the jaw, it's lights out.
Yeah.
Even one of the greatest ever did.
Hey, look, the only reason why fucking Jake Paul was still conscious after he took that fucking hammer from Joshua is because he was fucking like 29 years old.
Right.
A 38-year-old Jake Paul's getting slept.
100%.
If he takes that fucking overhand right. You know what I mean? And a fucking 50-year-old Mayweather takes a 55. Even at 55, he takes that Tyson full blow left hook.
Right. Yeah.
That's
Tyson 60-something-year-old. It's the whole thing.
Night.
So that's happening, and I'm not looking forward to it. Right.
No, I mean, I'm not even excited about it. I mean, look, I knew when they announced Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua, that this was going to be was going to be a death note for fucking Jake Paul. You know what I mean? He was going to get hammered.
Yeah.
Because
if something wasn't wrong, that's what should have happened.
There was Ben Askren, and then there's fucking Anthony Joshua. Same species.
Right. 100%.
Same species. Just different times, different bodies, different builds. I mean, this guy is an Olympic, multi-world heavyweight champion. How was he? He never had a chance. No. But you know what? For $92 million, I'd have fucking got in there.
Dude, who knows if Anthony Joshua will ever fight again, though. After this, he had the accident, lost his trainer, lost his best friend.
I mean, Jesus. I mean, you have this fucking windfall, and then what?
No, nothing.
What do you think, Jake Paul's like fucking knocking
I'm not
off?
saying that. I'm just, Jake, all right? I don't want to get sued.
You got a tinfoil hat under your fucking Scully, brother?
There is a tinfoil hat under the Scully. Boston Scully, promo code John Deshaun.
All shout-outs or promotions are strictly fictional and made up by the idiot host.
15 minutes or less could...
Right.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that's some interesting but bad luck.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad because, here was a guy that was, man, he took a big hit when he got fucking knocked out by Ruiz, right?
Yeah.
Because it was basically, just like a guy who, if you didn't know he was a boxer, you thought like he worked in and I'm not trying to be racist, but he's like he'd be in a Mexican restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Or he'd be like fucking selling like rims,
Mm-hmm.
high-end rims. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
But not being, that's what I'm saying. If you don't recognize, fucking Ruiz and you roll up on him, you don't know that you're about to start shit with a guy who's had 100 amateur fights, who's had, who was, even though Joshua wasn't like 100%,
right?
He was a world champion boxer. You're gonna wake up in the fucking ER, dude, because he's gonna piece you up real fast.
Yeah.
But the thing is that when Joshua lost that fight, man, he lost a lot of steam, dude.
Yeah,
because everybody expected him just to fucking. I'm not saying he was gonna just handedly beat Ruiz, because he's still a polished boxer.
Right.
He just his conditioning, and I mean I know it's hypocritical because I'm a fat dude. But I would expect, nobody would expect me to get into the ring with fucking Joshua and fucking knock him down.
Right.
Yeah, but he's like a fucking giant.
It's weird, I know. But it's a weird
part of his
build.
boxing strategy was just to fucking lean on you for fucking 12 rounds until you're just tired. And then But hey, that motherfucker can take a punch.
100%.
Because he fucking took that nuclear bomb from fucking Deontay Wilder and fucking
just took
set up like the fucking Undertaker.
Yes.
When everybody in the world thought he was, down for the count. But I mean, it's different styles. And then it's the same thing with two, because I mean, you're talking about 150 versus fucking 225, 250.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the problem I have with this Mayweather.
Are we gonna watch this thing where Mike is just fucking throwing punches and you just see Mayweather just ducking him for 12 rounds?
This could just be a 12-round duck.
Right?
Yes.
And he wins on points because maybe he lands a couple fucking body shots, a couple jabs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Look. And I blame Jake Paul.
Yeah, it's all Jake Paul's. So is the next fight I'm about to bring up.
And his brother.
But this next fight that I'm about to bring up, I'm fucking thrilled about because it's right in my wheelhouse.
Oh,
I don't care what anybody says. I'm psyched about it. But Netflix is jumping into MMA.
Uh-huh.
So in May, Netflix is dropping their first MMA bout.
Who's the headliner?
Two icons.
Who's that?
Two pioneers of the sport.
Is it fucking Chuck Liddell?
Nope, it's not dudes, baby.
He don't need. Oh,
Rousey versus Gina.
Wait a minute.
You goddamn right.
Ronda Rousey
Gina Carano.
Gina Carano.
MMA on Netflix in May.
I'll watch that.
I can't wait. Now,
if I had a choice,
my boy said 15 years too late, and I said I don't care.
I don't care. I'll watch.
I do not care
all day long.
The promo for it is awesome.
If they fight on the same night, Netflix is winning, at least as far as where my eyes will
dude,
be.
if they fought the same night, I'm not watching the Mayweather Tyson.
I'm not watching that horse shit.
And by the way,
I'm watching fucking this one.
Just so everybody knows, I would watch every Tyson fight my whole life. I would watch every Mayweather fight.
Right.
Not in 2026.
No, maybe 2005.
2005?
Sure.
All in. 1995?
All in.
All in, right? And
even after he got out of jail for being too good at going down on Robin Givens.
The thing with this one, the reason I don't think it's 15 years too late, because it's a different type of fight. And what I mean by that is you're talking two of the pioneers, two of the best to start to get the game going. One wouldn't even exist without the other one. They acknowledge that.
They're
right?
OG for sure.
Now, the reason I give it more credibility is because they both did the same thing. And what I mean is, now, there's a little caveat here, but they retired from the UFC and the fighting world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they went on to do acting in movies, acting in TV shows, and then live their normal life, do things like podcasting and stuff, and some social media influencing. And then they're both like, hey, what if we fight again?
But here's my important question.
Okay.
John, you're standing in front of two doors. Door number 1 is Rousey.
Mm-hmm.
Door number 2 is CARANO. Everything's open. Door number 1, door number 2.
No, I can't.
No. No.
I got it.
You have an answer. I already know mine, hands down.
Just Gina. You're saying Gina.
Are you sure?
No, I don't know. I think that because of the Mandalorian.
Well, I mean, if you need me to go first, yes, you're right. Door number 2, all day long, Gina Carano.
I know.
Gina Carano when she was fighting. Gina Carano when she was, eating too many Roadhouse.
Oh, dude, still
cinnamon
great.
rolls.
Yes.
I'm still all over that.
Before I answer,
Jesus.
the one flip side to their fighting, to their fight though, is Rousey. I don't care if people want to call it fake. The athleticism of it's not fake. Her doing 4 or 5 years
she's
in
like
the
a
WWE.
world champion, fucking judo.
Oh, I know. Well, she was Olympic, right?
Yeah.
World champion in the Olympics. But also, when they both retired, Gina went eating Roadhouse.
Sure.
Rousey went to the WWE.
And I would have took her every time.
And had to stay in ridiculously good shape. I get that the punches are fake.
Yeah,
but she still had to lift.
Because to me...
Oh, Haywire was the shit, by the way. I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, Soderbergh,
Channing Tatum, Michael Fassbender, Antonio Banderas, everybody in it's famous.
I don't know if people understand how great of an action movie that was. Dude. It was great. Anyway.
You know why I like it? Why? Soderbergh did the thing he does best.
I'm still going to make you choose.
Yeah, I'm going to. Soderbergh did the thing he does best. And he goes, how about I get some of the finest actors in the world? But here's the thing I need. And I remember when he was casting that.
I'm going to make it for $12.
Well, yeah, not even that. But there's 2 movies he's made where you go, oh, I see what you did. And he goes, I don't need an actress who I can make. I don't need Beckinsale or Mila Jovovich who I can go, hey, look, you know them, they can fight because you've seen them fight in other movies. Right. He goes, I need a woman who can show up and you go, oh, that woman really can.
Oh yeah,
take out. Hey, Channing Tatum.
As fine as Gina is, I mean,
right.
That's another deception.
100%.
It's like Ruiz reversed.
Right.
You see this super hot brunette who's kind of like in shape, and you don't realize that she smash
will murder you. But what I liked about it is that he goes, no, she can be a good enough actor. He's like, in his mind, he's like, no. I can correct the acting.
Yeah.
But I can't make you believe that Katherine Heigl is going to murder anybody. But I can make you believe Gina Carano
and that's like, that's why I always love I mean, she was kind of was trying to be like a main star, but how many have we? I mean, movie we were talking about when I first came here was Tax Collector.
Tax Collector.
They had your boy Shab in there, even though they made him keep a mask on.
Keep a mask on, but Shab was there, baby.
But how many, Here Comes the Boom, how many of these MMA guys that found, a second life after boxing or fighting by being henchmen or a goon?
Yeah, dude, Randy Couture.
Yeah, fucking Expendables came around, and a lot of those fools got jobs because of that. Even if they weren't a part of the GSP. Expendable, they were involved in some other thing. And that's great. I want all those people to find. I mean, you can only fucking get CTE for so long.
Oh yeah, dude. You don't need any more hits to the head.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, man, it's like why it's sad. Like when you see like Chuck Liddell, where
stop.
Yeah, dude.
When I see him or Tito still taking a fight, you're like,
hey, look, you shouldn't have stopped boxing with pads on. You think it's going to be better for you to have no pads?
That's one of those ones where you go, Muhammad Ali's the cautionary tale.
For sure.
You need to go, hey, no, man. Why don't you follow the career of some of these cats that dipped at the right time and have all of their faculties, right?
Right.
This is the thing. Watch this guy and don't do that. Instead, Liddell.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
Tito. It's like, hey, bro.
Oh, man, fuck.
Get out.
I say Liddell, but we all know the real fucking poster boy is fucking Tito Ortiz, bro.
Hey, man.
And it's funny how Dana White doesn't give a fuck. He just burns that dude down any chance he gets. But getting back to Carano and Rousey. No, I'm not talking about. I'm still going to make you make the choice.
Oh, here's my other point. So they both do this cool thing. They both quit the UFC or quit their
and they find their own lane to jump into.
Their lanes. But their lanes were real similar, and you have like, act. Then you get a couple of one's in Fast and Furious.
It was performance.
One's in Haywire, and then boom, they're both on TV shows and stuff. You're like, okay, this is dope. And then they just kind of fade and do their life, and then they're like, no, I think I'm ready to fight again. So the reason I give this one more merit than Mayweather Tyson is because there's a logic to it, and the pathway is similar to where you're like, okay, you've both been out of the game for a while, and you're going to get back in shape and see what the original OGs can do.
I mean, yes. I mean,
they're not going to fight it. They're not going to be Thug Rose. That's not. I'm not saying they're going to be, Amanda Nunes. They're not going to be as good as the best two right now.
But also, too, I don't want to say. I mean, you have to look at it for what it is on face value. I mean, both of them, Ronda dominated for so long, and then as the competition got better, you know what I mean, and she got in the ring with Holly Holmes and got, slept with that, with that fucking right foot, and then everything kind of from there, and it was only because of her success and dominance that other women who were trained fighters now have an opportunity to fight.
It's only you wouldn't.
It's
have,
great, but
if
it got to a point, where the apex, where like all the women coming up now
would murder
killers.
But it's the same way with UFC. If you go find UFC 1 and 2,
Carano was the same thing. I mean, I don't know if she didn't have. I don't know if she experienced. I don't know her career.
Right.
But I would say that she did have some victories, and she, and obviously she's fucking a dime piece. I mean, I think so.
No. And
then she gets into acting. She fucking could get by good enough for Soderbergh to say, hey, I don't have to put you through fucking train.
Right.
If I have to do anything, is to fucking throttle you down.
Yes.
I don't have to throttle. I don't have to build you up to be an action star. I
just have to.
I have to dole you down from being a killer.
Yeah. You have to make it a little bit believable that Fassbender could hurt you.
Right.
And we know Fassbender's not hurting.
Anybody. Magneto is getting dog walked by fucking Gina Carano. I mean, 100%. I don't care, men or women.
Yeah. I think Ethan Hawke, or what's his name, Obi-Wan.
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor. Isn't he in it too? I think everybody in is Michael Douglas.
Yeah, it was a lot of heavy hitters, and it was and it's a great movie for a lot of reasons. It was great.
Thriller,
it was great. The way, the cinematography, the production value.
Man. I mean, that fight in the diner.
Oh, crazy.
Yes.
And so it was a great movie, but it was Soderbergh, so that's why he got fucking heavy hitters. You know what I mean? Because he had. Look at Traffic.
Yes.
Jesus, look how many fucking stars are in Traffic.
Before we even get back to the point, to circle back to my reason with the Haywire situation, he said, I'll give you 10 A-list and like Oscar-worthy actors.
For sure.
Surround you with those. We'll get you an acting coach to be good enough, but I can't create warrior. I can't create a killer. You have to have that in your eyes. And she had that.
It's why that Taryn Butler, that guy that fucking John Wick guy. You know what I mean? That's why he teaches people, how to use a gun.
Right.
He's not turning them into like world champion shooters.
Right.
But what he does is he at least gives them the tools to make them look like they've actually handled a gun before.
100%.
You know what I mean? And for me as an action movie, lover,
right,
I appreciate when they get shit right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and again with Soderbergh, it's what he did with the girlfriend experience. Again, he was like, well, I could get an actor that's hot or an actress that's hot. He's like, or I could just get Sasha Grey, who's already been all of the things that I need. He's like, I need this. I need the broken eyes. right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know it's fucked up, but that's what his brain needed. He's like, I need somebody who's already had a broken spirit.
I need somebody who's been, kind of,
And it worked.
Put through the cycle a few times.
It worked. When you watch it, you're like, man, why is she so believable? It's like, because. And so it's like, thanks, Soderbergh. Surround her with good actors.
And I know, oddly, you bring up her. I mean, most adult males know what she did before acting,
right,
and before streaming now,
right.
I don't even know if she did OF.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think she's
right, but the fact that she didn't just fall into that fucking easy money, that she got like kind of legitimized by being in the girlfriend experience, and then she just kind of parlayed that into kind of like just being a personality.
Yep.
And God bless her, because she's just fucking playing video games and talking shit, or maybe, and sadly, all of her questions were like, "Oh, do you miss like the old days?" And she's like, "No."
Bunch of dudes just.
Yeah. I went to therapy. I forgave my father. I started streaming.
I forgave my father, right?
You know what I mean? But getting back to CARANO.
Door number 2.
Well, no. We're going to get to that. Okay. But I want to expand on my point of.
Yes.
So, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand your point. And it probably has something to do with that, too.
Mm-hmm.
But we're also in this era, thanks to the fucking Paul brothers.
Thanks to the circus fights is what my boy calls them.
Right. And it's kind of like that. I mean, it's got to have enough aspect, and they're going to sell it like that because they want people to tune in.
The trailer's dope.
Right? They want people to fucking pay fucking $21 or whatever it is for Netflix because, look, I want to see them fight because I know they were fighters.
Right.
But then also, too, it's because it's kind of like two hot chicks fighting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Rousey's hot in her own way.
Yep.
For sure.
And that's where my point was going to go, yeah.
CARANO is hot in her own way.
Right.
Now, in Polyville, I'm door 2 all day long.
Yeah.
So now, where does John fall? Door 1, door 2?
I'm going to use some statement here.
No, motherfucker.
I'm going to pick. Don't worry. I'm going to pick.
Don't be trying to fucking obfuscate.
I'm not going to. I swear. 1,000%. CARANO is hot. 1,000%. She's the more attractive, like, in every way, face type chick. My brain is still picking Rhonda.
Yeah,
I get that CARANO is hotter and like like in pictures or in a movie but I'm still picking Rhonda.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of knew you were doing that. Look at your wife,
right?
The same. And I'm not saying Rousey is not beautiful,
right?
But I'm saying I understand what you're saying when you look at Ronda Rousey. I mean, you kind of married a little bit of that,
right?
The ponytail, the eyes.
The eyes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I get it.
Right.
I mean, I knew you weren't picking CARANO.
Dude, but in a normal world, if
I just wanted to force you to answer.
Yeah. What's crazy is, like, I do know. Every ounce of me is like, no, CARANO. Like, I have an action figure of Gina.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
hey, look, but this all stems back to when I was a child and I watched that Nick Nolte. Was it Nick Nolte, Jacqueline Bisset, where they're finding the heroin virals in the ocean?
Deep, right.
Well, I think it wasn't in
The Deep.
The Deep, yeah.
Sorry.
And then from that day on, I've always been a sucker for brunettes.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But I know you have a type. Mine's been ingrained. So when I see a curvaceous
I jumped types.
Brunette, I'm all in, brother.
Nicole and I make this joke all the time because I jumped type. I dated one type for 32 years. For 32 years, you could have made a clone machine out of the girls I dated.
Just mass produced.
A clone machine. I'm talking kindergarten. This girl Christy in kindergarten, right? All the way up to 33. And it was like, hey, man, is this so much so that there were times when people thought they were the same girls, right? Especially like,
this is fucking Miranda 2.0.
Man, yeah, it got me in trouble a couple times.
Look, and I want to make this point.
Yeah,
right.
And then I met Nicole and deviated.
And this is not a character defect.
Yeah.
When I first met your wife.
Yeah.
I like, oh, she's very beautiful.
Yeah.
But then also, she's not gonna take no shit from you.
No,
She's not gonna take none of the shit.
That's the thing
Right?
I love.
That's the thing you see in Ronda Rousey because
Right.
it's like it's evident.
Right.
Gina Carano, you know, she's more.
She might talk to you a bit about it.
Right. You know what I mean? And
She
she's
might have a conversation first.
right. You're not getting throat punched out the gate like you're getting with
Right.
Rousey.
Right.
Right. And it's like, you know, apples and oranges, right?
Yeah.
And they're both great.
Right.
So I wanted to force you to answer because I knew which door you were taking before I asked the question.
But that door, what's funny is that would have been the other door.
30 years ago?
10 years ago.
10 years ago, that would have been the door?
10 years ago, it would have been like, no, we're doing this door.
You know,
100%,
people talk shit about Carano and the Mandalorian in those later seasons where she was thick.
She was badass.
But I didn't care.
The reason I like it is because it is my two favorites.
You know what I would have give to been fucking Din Djarin in a leg lock from fucking Gina Carano, dude, a fucking Ranger.
It's dope.
I'd have paid off.
I wanted
money.
her to have her show. If she would have just, you know.
See, that's what, if she was negotiating with Disney.
Right.
Because they fucked her.
Right.
Right.
100%.
I mean, it's not any kind of questionable thing. I
was
think
just
it's widely known.
Widely
and
known.
it's accepted too, even by like the industry.
Yeah, the industry knows
That she
too.
got boned.
Right.
Right. And then so I was like, hey, look, can't y'all negotiate a settlement that gives us the fucking Space Ranger or whatever they were calling
whatever
it?
it was called.
Whatever it was called. Because look, I'm in already. I'm gonna watch just because of her.
Yeah, dude.
If
Put
they
her
get-
and Katie Sackhoff in the show together, please.
I'm saying, brother.
All right, that's all I'm saying.
I'm saying.
Where's my Gina Carano, Katie Sackhoff?
Star Wars show?
Star Wars
I'm
TV
all over
show.
that. Just please get somebody great to make it. Don't get that fucking former Weinstein assistant that fucked up the Acolyte. Don't give her that show. Give that show to fucking the same guy that made Andor. You know what I mean?
no,
Just
give
say,
it
hey,
to-
you just can't spend $700 million for 2 seasons.
Give it to Ryan Johnson and
No. What is he gonna have fucking Gina fucking meditate and die at the end? Why'd you fucking bring that up? You know, is this because I made you answer fucking door 1, 2? Why did you bring up?
I didn't bring up
Fucking-
anything. I just acknowledged the
No,
director.
motherfucker.
This guy's just a director.
No,
That's all.
he single-handedly killed the greatest fucking character in Star Wars and fucking sci-fi history.
That's debatable.
That's a low blow, John.
I don't know if it was.
Even for you.
I don't know if it was, though, you know?
No, Jesus, that's a whole podcast on its own. Anyway,
No.
Gina Carano, Ronda Rousey, Netflix. I'm in.
I'm in. I think it's cool.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And if I still have some hope in my heart, I'm still hoping we get the fucking Star Wars show.
Oh, for sure.
Republican Rangers.
Yeah.
Or Rangers of the Republic.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the name of it.
Have you watched any of these Olympics?
Not even. The only thing I'm looking for is the clips of Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg like giving like play-by-play, like the after show where
Right,
they talk
yeah.
about different shit. That's the only
Yeah.
only reason why I'm tuning in.
I've watched a bunch. But
I mean, unless I'm
was-
watching that bobsled where those girls with the hammers.
Right.
I mean, they got trunks
It's
pushing them
crazy.
sleds down.
No, I've watched a lot of it and a lot of really cool stuff. But one of the things that I'm not going to call it lucky enough because I didn't even know it was going to happen. But I had midday, I turn on the TV and it's a ski
like
downhill finals.
the downhill.
And it's Lindsey Vonn. And when they said her name, I was like, whoa. And I was like, Lindsey Vonn.
Yeah, you want to talk about coming back to the game or
Okay.
OG. Lindsey Vonn's OG.
I was like, Lindsey Vonn. I was like, no, that can't be right. They couldn't have said Lindsey Vonn. And they showed her, and then they showed her picture, and she's like in her ski gear, and then she's in her normal picture. I was like, oh my God, Lindsey Vonn's back at the Olympics? And I was like,
Yeah.
dude, lady, it's been like 15, 16 years of you. What are you doing? And she's 41, and she's standing there, and call it my gut instinct, right? But I saw her stomping her sticks into the ground, and then she kept stepping her feet, and I was like, and then she stopped and was doing this breathy thing, and you could see her chest rise and fall, rise and fall, rise and fall, and I was like, man.
She was like fucking wrangling it in.
I was like, man, she is nervous. And they were like 84 gold medals or whatever she's won, right? They were like multi-world champion. Sorry, I got something in my throat.
It's like Rock. It's like, I still got something in the tank. You know what I mean? That's what I think she's doing.
That's where the point is. So I'm watching it live, and finally right?
Yeah.
And she dips down on her skis and gets to turn number 1.
Just eats it.
Worse than eats it. Her, like, shins fold in half, and she falls limp to the ground and then just slides slowly down the hill. A limp body of a human.
I swear this is a nervous laugh because I just feel so bad for her.
Oh, my God.
Because not only is the injury bad, but then the whole thing is just...
Dude,
it's sad.
The announcers do the build-up. They have to, right? She's an icon, and they're also like...
For sure.
And they go... it's the day before she had gotten the news or something that like her dad would never ski again or some sort of horrible situation like that.
Dude, it's the Olympics,
right?
They're going to have, it's like the Super Bowl, right? Like 4 hours before the Super Bowl, it's all kind of like, well, this running back before he was breaking tackles in, LaGrange High School, he was doing this, and growing up or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's like they want to get people emotionally invested.
Dude.
And look, I'm a summer games dude.
Yeah.
I like the pole vault and the javelin and the running and the fucking basketball.
Yeah, basketball.
Volleyball. Yes, I love volleyball. I love fucking Olympic beach volleyball. I don't give a shit. Loud and proud that I fucking love beach volleyball. But what I'm saying is even though I don't like going out in the summer, I don't leave the house in the summer, but I do enjoy the Summer Olympic Games.
Yeah, these the snowboarding's cool, the speed skating's cool, but
I watched
curling the other day and I was mad at myself.
I watched Utah
40 minutes.
Yeah. Win the gold.
Well, this one they have a bunch of new sports this year. They added skeleton, which is this version of a luge that you face the other way and then just hope and pray. And then there's this thing called mountaineering that they do now, to where they have to like climb with skis up the top of a mountain and then like do something crazy. And then there's another one where they...
but how much can you do in the winter? Dude, it's not like the summer games where we're trying to keep them from adding... they added fucking pickleball.
I know. Yeah,
you know what I mean? What the fuck is Winter Olympics going to keep trying to add?
This one,
we're going to have fucking snowball fights.
Yeah. This one, they ski, and then they shoot a gun, and then they ski,
I think that's been around. That was around before, but I think it went away.
That's one where you're like, what's going on? And then mountaineering came up, where they have to do stuff like climb a mountain and then ski down it and then do something else.
Yeah, those dudes fucking slalom through the trees, and then they stop and fucking, you see them fucking trying to steady their rifle and hit a target. And that's fucking dope.
Wild.
I'll watch that.
Double luge, double bobsled. So now there's 2 people, and now there's one where it's like you're not even on a sled. You just fucking floating your body down this ice chute. You're all, you guys crazy? And it's like 75 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Of a human just
on concrete.
Concrete and slick
ice.
Because
it's frozen water.
So
yeah, you think because people eat shit on ice that it don't hurt. It's the same thing as a skateboarder fucking eating it on concrete.
All I know is I hit TV on, hit the Olympic button, and was like, sat there as they were watching Lindsey Vonn. I turned around, I turned the hot water onto my sink so I could start some dishes, right? Mm-hmm. This is how casual my life was going at that moment. And then I turned right back around.
This atrocity.
And then she just breaks in half, and a limp human slides halfway down this thing, and then they're like, the whole world is silent, and I'm all,
no shit,
my mouth is agape, right? They're like, you could hear a pin drop, and
it's kind of like if some diver came back after so much time off. It's like if
for sure,
any Phelps. Diver, Phelps decided to, hey man, I used to swim, now I'm a diver, and his first dive in the Olympics is he just fucking over rotates and just fucking fucking what do they call that? Like belly flop right in,
head knocks
from like concrete. 20 meters up.
Yeah, he hits the board and then flails down.
Like Luganis hit his head but kept in the dive. Fucking Phelps gets knocked out and just limply falls 20 meters to the ground.
I think Luganis caught something on the way down though, didn't he?
No, I'm not touching that one. I'm not touching that one.
So then, dude, they're like,
next question.
They're like,
pass.
Hey, just so you know, this mountain's 20 miles away from the hotel and 35 miles away from the hospital, or so. You know what I mean?
Oh no, so you like go down out there.
So a helicopter.
It's nothing but helicopter can get to you.
Yeah. So a helicopter comes sweeping in, and they have to like scoop this body up.
It's kind of like watching Joe Theismann when fucking Lawrence Taylor fucking broke his leg and having to watch that in a replay. But now you got both your legs being snapped.
And I'm just like, oh my God. And so they're like, you know, we have to take a break. They don't take a commercial break. They just meant like, hey, we gotta. And so like they deal with the whole thing. They get her off. They smooth out the ice or the snow and all this stuff. And then they're like, and next up from, dude, I'm like, oh my God.
And next dude from Iran.
And she just walks up there and just not moving at all. Right?
You just look, first of all.
Who wants to go after that?
It's kind of like, you know, you remember how it was like if you were somewhere like at a sporting event and you were watching somebody like play football, right? It's like witnessing somebody just get destroyed
we used to do this
on
games.
TV versus being at an actual event and if you're lucky or not lucky, but close enough to hear like shit pop.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lord, it's a different experience, bro. Different experience.
Yeah. Dude.
Nobody wants to see that. But that's what I'm saying, man. I mean,
but then the refs gotta be like,
but yeah.
So, we gotta.
But I mean, is it money? Is it money that's bringing these people back out?
I don't know.
This guy. I mean. What's bringing these? And I'm not talking about CARANO ROUSEY, right? Because they're still relative. Look, if anything, they're kind of evenly matched as far as age.
That's
and
why I'm
physicality.
saying. For me, it's a cool fight.
I mean that gets a pass from me because they're kind of like they're pretty even Steven as far as like stats, right? But like MERRYWEATHER and TYSON,
stupid.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got these people who, you know, like Lindsey Vonn, who's in her 40s and, you know, was a world-class athlete. And I understand for a long time that Olympic athletes didn't get paid. I mean, technically they were professional athletes, but also they, you know, and they had, I mean, if you were good, you got endorsements.
Yeah, you got your Wheaties box.
You know what I mean? But it wasn't, you know, like they weren't signing, you know, fucking $40 million deals with
Apollo
Nike.
Ono got a movie out of the deal, right? He ends up in a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? It's like, because he's handsome? Okay, I like
because
this.
I mean, he may have won like $50K and a gold medal or whatever the case, but that's not like, I mean, his bread and butter is going to be off the you know, when he's, you know, fucking hawking Vans or whatever the case may be. You know,
for sure.
It's not like they're getting $1 million prizes at the Olympics. They're just getting prestige, right? They still have to pay for their training. You know, I mean, technically they're superior athletes, but technically they're amateur athletes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so they got to find alternate sources of income to supplement the hours of not being able to. You can't do something like that and fucking work a 9 to 5.
Right. You
know what I'm saying? Your entire life is dedicated to what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And somebody has to fund that. And unless you're like wealthy, you got to your parents are loaded. Mm-hmm. You know, you're endorsing something.
For sure.
Blue Chews. Whatever the case may be, you know, you're hawking something, and there's no shortage of, you know,
stuff to hawk.
You know, like Manscaped or whatever those, you know, whatever those endorsements.
Better health.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Or now they do a podcast,
right?
You know what I mean, and then they're hawking Better Help and fucking, you know, just any kind of products that we see on podcasts when they do a commercial break.
Yeah. What would make you? I mean, like I get maybe
like
it's like you said,
ego?
maybe it's the Rocky thing. Maybe it's like
it's got to be ego,
heartburn. But
I mean, in MERRYWEATHER's case, I'm sure he's bankrupt.
Right.
I'm 100% sure because he only took the McGregor fight because the IRS was about to put a hand up his ass.
Yeah.
And he's going to turn into a Jeff Dunham puppet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, he took that $100 million fight with McGregor because, you know, he had to pay some bills before he, was, you know, doing minimum security prison.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, some Wesley Snipes movies.
Yeah. He's
Nick
gonna
Cage
have to do,
movies
he's
where
gonna have
he's-
to do fucking Willie. He's gonna be like the IRS tapes. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to make something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
that
dude.
last time. There's no reason why
That's what I'm
fucking
saying.
Cage or all these
Cage,
guys
Snipes,
are doing.
and Willie Nelson.
It's like what I kill a bunch of rednecks because they killed my pig.
Mm-hmm.
$2 million, sure, I'll show up. I'll Nick Cage the fuck out of this.
Oh, dude, have you seen his interview? Did we talk about the Spider Noir trailer yet?
No,
Okay, have you watched it?
no.
It's good, but I'm in. Right, I'm all in on this Amazon
Well, I mean,
Spider Noir,
look, even without seeing the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in because it's Nick Cage.
and that's his whole point. Check it out. The host, she's like, blah blah blah, exciting. He's like, yeah, and then she goes, "Are you disappointed in the fact that you're not technically in the MCU?" But she says that to his face, and he was like, "I'm not," and she's like, "No," and he goes, "Oh, I guess technically I'm not," and then she's like, "Why are you not in the MCU? You're in this," and he goes, "Well, I should be," and then he stops and he's like, "Well, I don't need to be in the MCU. I'm Nick Cage," and you're like, everybody, I'm like, yeah, but that's his brain.
Hey,
right?
look.
Why would I need the MCU, buddy? I'm Nick fucking Cage, and you're just like,
If he went into some kind of like, philosophical reason why he's not, or trying to
Mm-hmm.
placate and try to be a nice guy about it, we know it's bullshit, right?
Yeah,
You and I'd be both sitting there and going, you know what? Fuck you, Nick
yeah,
Cage.
right.
I love you, bro,
But
but you're fucking Nick Cage,
Mm-hmm.
and it warms my heart that at some point he realized he was kind of like, I'm fucking Nick Cage.
yeah,
You
it's
know
like
what I
his
mean?
brain
It's
had to
like,
go,
yeah,
no, man,
yeah.
we don't.
You are fucking Nick
He's
Cage.
just like straight up Castor Troy with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, Castor Troy. Cutting his face with a knife.
I
and
was on the
screaming.
internet last night trying to justify to myself spending $14,000 to get a pair of replica Castor Troy 1911s
Yeah, there you go.
that come in a box. That opens up and there's like candy in a bag and a money clip, a
Oh,
dragon
hell yeah,
money
dude.
clip, and all the shit that we saw in that
Yeah.
movie. I go, well, it'll appreciate. It'll
Yeah.
be an investment.
It's an investment.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Right.
and the only reason why, because if it was a fucking Brad Pitt, Castor Troy, we
Right.
probably wouldn't even be.
Wouldn't care.
I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember
That's
that
cool.
movie.
I remember that movie.
Yeah,
No,
but because
it-
it's fucking Nick Cage,
it
you're
works
like,
because
I'll blow 14 grand.
So over the top. It's two
Oh, for
two
sure.
actors who are you're like, hey, you guys are overacting. You know that, right?
Nothing better than being John Travolta imitating Nick fucking Cage, dude.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, are you guys just trying
I don't think people understand that part of the movie, like how fucking brilliant that was.
Right.
And it was a woo. You know what I'm saying? And the woo understood that, like, who could imitate Nick Cage and be just over the top?
We need over the top.
Over the top imitation of Nicolas Cage.
Dude,
and they
that's
were
why-
like, John fucking Travolta.
You know me, man. You know that I tend to be like objective with things, and I tend to look at other angles, and I will acknowledge. It's almost like I do with music, but I'll acknowledge
Irritatingly enough, yes, I
a
do.
performance over, like, yeah, maybe you don't like the movie, or maybe there's qualities of the movie you don't like, or maybe you don't like the script, or maybe you thought the cinematography was weird. But then I'm like, right, but did you watch the performance?
Hey.
Because Travolta playing Gotti
Yeah.
was perfect. You could hate the movie. You could say the movie sucked. You could say the script or the everything else was.
No, but his portrayal.
His portrayal of Gotti is so accurate.
the
And
rest
then
of the movie,
his real
trash.
wife playing Gotti's wife.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, but E from Entourage is the one who did it, and it's
Hey,
like,
one of my favorite movies of
way to
all
go,
time
E.
is fucking Phenomenon.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
one
a
of my
good movie.
favorite
Yeah,
Travolta
great,
movies is
great movie.
Phenomenon, right? It's a great it's a great
yeah.
movie. I'm not saying John Travolta is a bad actor,
No, of course not.
right? But it was just something about what was captured. Look, there's a lot of thing about Face Off people can focus on and say why it's such a great movie, the action,
Right.
the whole fucking crazy premise of the movie where
Dude.
they're like, we could just fucking
I'm
swap
in.
your face out.
Yeah.
You know what I
Fuck your
mean?
face.
We'll get rid of fucking scars and and all that shit. That whole
Right.
movie. But yeah, but when the flip happens, right? And at first he's playing, I don't want to say cuck, but
Right.
but you know, he's kind of like, I mean, he's not, you know, Kevin Spacey, American Beauty,
Right.
kind of beat down, but you know what I mean? But
he's in that zeitgeist.
right. And then to see him flip, and then you're trying to imagine Nick Cage underneath John Travolta's fucking
Right.
face, and he's, you know, his mannerisms, the way he delivers, and all that shit, is I think is sorely undervalued, at least in like general circles, like
Yes.
the fucking niche circles
Right.
where we fucking live. We all see it.
We all
That's
see
the
it.
best part of the fucking movie.
best part,
It's fucking
yes.
John Travolta imitating fucking Nicolas Cage.
Right.
Right? It's like I heard these guys talk about, they made a point about Forrest Gump. They were like, is Forrest Gump a movie about a guy through adversity, you know, becoming, you know, like successful?
Right.
Or is it the fact that a guy with clear special needs, even as a man, can move further in the world than a woman?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How about the fact that Travolta was up for that?
Yeah, I see. That's one of those things that I glad never happened.
You know what I mean?
I don't know
Right.
John Travolta as fucking Forrest Gump.
The only reason it was
I don't
tough
know.
then
I don't know.
is because that was when he was still peak handsome, right? I'm not saying he's not a handsome guy. It's like John Travolta. He's always going to be cool. But
Yeah, but
like,
when he
it-
put that buzz
era-
cut on Hank,
Right.
he was a Alabama motherfucker
That's what I'm saying.
straight up, dude.
Inbred.
1960s Alabama. That's fucking Forrest Gump, dude.
Travolta might just
Tom
still
Hanks
look
with
cool.
a fucking crew cut, dude.
Right.
Yeah, Tom
Travolta
Hanks,
looked a broken arrow.
Travolta would have just been, yeah, he'd have been fucking broken arrow. He'd still been kind of like, it's like,
cool as shit.
there's no guys, there's no way, even if Travolta was special needs, there's no way that guy's still not getting laid on the reg. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, he
They
was
should.
just
Some wayward woman shows up to that boarding house and sees
Hey.
like this lightheaded fucking handsome dude in the room. You think she's not traipsing in the middle of the night knocking that out?
yeah.
I don't know what to do. You don't have to do nothing. Lay back, Forrest.
There's so many
You know what I
times when
mean?
you're just like, oh man, I get why that was, and I get why you thought that.
I get why he was a choice, but
Yep.
I thank God that fucking
yeah, dude.
it wasn't
you're talking-
Linklater. Who was
he-
the director of that? Zemeckis.
Yeah.
Thank God Zemeckis chose fucking Hanks, gave him a
Right.
crew cut, and he's like, that's fucking Forrest Gump.
Yeah, it's like, okay. You know.
Yeah, and then you know, getting a brilliant actor like Tom Hanks, and he
Right,
says
who can-
he said in many interviews that he was like, I'm not trying. He's like, I needed to. So when he always talks about the story of the kid that plays young Forrest. He goes, when I was trying to develop the character, and he was like, the character was right here.
Right.
So I would just talk to this kid.
Yeah.
And he got his mannerisms down, and then he got the way he delivered words, and then it's
That's
one of
the smart thing.
Hey, look, Gump is in that list of movies that if I have TNT on, that
Oh,
it
yeah,
comes
yeah,
on, no whether it's in
I feel you.
the beginning, middle, or end, I'm watching to completion.
I feel you.
Along with Green Mile, Shawshank.
I like Green Mile.
You know what I mean?
I'm
All
not
those
doing
movies.
it for Gump, but I'm the guy. I'm the exception. It's fine. I don't even bring it up. It's fine.
What's that?
I'm the guy who hates the movie. Right.
You
but
don't
I told
like
you,
how in the fuck you don't love Forrest
hate-
Gump?
I saw it under the wrong circumstances. The best thing is this. I want to give you a fun story. Alamo Drafthouse hosts these things called Master Pancake. It's basically like a Mystery Science Theater thing where they play the movie and then they make jokes.
Right.
The whole time live. At the beginning of that, they go, hey, we just want a show of hands because we know for a fact there are two camps when it comes to Forrest Gump. There's people who love the movie, and everybody claps, and he's like, and there's people who hate the movie. And it got silent for a minute and gasped. And he's like, oh, I heard the gasps. He's like, okay, we're going to do a show of hands and applause. How many people love this movie, right? And all 298 seats,
99%.
and then he's like, how many people hate this movie? And me and two other guys scream as loud as we can, hands in the air, and he's like, there y'all are. He goes,
Yeah.
here's the deal. If you love this movie, what we do, you're going to love it. It's going to be entertaining. He's like, if you hate this movie, what we're about to do, he goes, you are going to be thankful to God that somebody acknowledge. But, dude, they acknowledge little shit, all right? That whole movie, that kid's running out in the yard, right?
Mm-hmm.
The exact same thing to the gate. He does it 200 times in the movie or something.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Mm.
Not a single pathway on that lawn.
But why are you focusing on continuity
Hey,
errors?
It's worse than continuity. This guy's been doing it for 39 years. And it's like,
Hey, man.
hey, man, what? You think they're like,
maybe they just maybe they got a good yard guy,
really
dude.
good lawn guy?
Yeah.
No, dude, I got a path that I go every day. We walk. It's right there. You can see it. You go, what is this? The way you'll walk to your neighbor's house every single day? It's like, yeah.
Oh, when you go to
Yeah, we go to drop off and pick up.
From your home school across the street.
So, but more than that, I can't remember if I told you that. I think I thought I told you that, but I saw it under the worst circumstances possible.
It's just another example. Like, how
I'm not a contrarian.
No. How do you fucking hate Forrest Gump?
So
and then love fucking Madam Web.
First of all, because Jenny's a piece of shit. Okay.
Agreed. Jenny's the worst person on earth.
She's the worst movie villain ever, or the best movie villain ever.
Her and fucking Vader are fucking sharing
neck and neck.
They're sharing fucking a seat together.
Killed the women and the children. Right? Yeah, you and Jenny, y'all
Jenny and Anakin,
y'all should have hooked up.
Are fucking assholes.
So, I was on a work school program, and I was already working at the hospital. I was already getting certifications to become a medical nurse, all this stuff. And I knew that to stay on that program and to graduate early and all the things that I wanted, right?
Right.
I had to take extra classes. So one day I go, oh, wait, I can graduate early if I take this government class at a different school. And they're like, yeah, but it's at night. It's like, all right, cool. And so another friend of mine needed to do the same thing. And she and I drove together to the school. And we get there, and it's a government class. First class, the guy's like, all right, look, it's just going to be 3 days a week for the next 4 weeks. And then, boom, you get your credit. You guys can do whatever it is you need to do.
Right.
That's the first class. Second class, we get there. He's got the TV, the 32-inch square.
Good old CRT.
With a VHS player. And he's like, hey. He's like, yeah, we're going to watch a movie today. The class is...
force you to watch Forrest Gump.
The class is 45 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So it's not long.
No.
But that movie is like 2.5 hours long.
Absolutely.
So for the next 5 classes... we watched Forrest Gump in 27-minute intervals.
You got Disney Plus.
Okay. So I watched Forrest Gump 27 minutes at a time over the course of,
a week.
4 weeks or whatever it was, or 2 weeks. And then after it, we watched Glory. Okay.
That's a good movie.
That's a great movie, too. We watched it 27 minutes at a time.
And what was the point of this class?
It's a government class. This was for a government credit. Okay? But the guy didn't want to teach. It was in Pasadena, Texas. And
he could have given you fucking 12 Angry Men. He could have given you something.
Would have loved that. I love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies.
Right?
That's in my top 20.
They could give you what was the Tom Cruise movie when he did with Nicholson?
Oh, Few Good Men.
Yeah, you could have watched Few Good Men.
Instead, we watched Forrest
Life
Gump,
is like a box of chocolates,
and then Glory, and then we all got an A. Right?
Nice.
When you watch Forrest Gump in 20-minute spurts,
it's clearly a waste of government spending. Maybe that was the purpose of the class, was wasteless government spending.
The whole time I was like, none of this is possible. But the thing is, when you watch it at 20 minutes at a time, 20, 30 minutes at a time, right? And then a week later, you watch another 20, 30 minutes, and then a week later, another 20, 30, and you keep doing that, you have all this time to marinate and go, this is why none of this.
Look.
So I want to specify, I watch it under the worst circumstances in the worst way possible.
Look, also, too, yes. The whole, how many movies we watch where the premise is just preposterous?
Right, yeah. Your mom used to study spiders in the Amazon.
Yeah. Or we figured out a way that we can swap faces.
Yeah.
in 1995.
Bruce Willis and Steve Buscemi
when it was
on
still
a
like
median.
it was in 1995. It was still like a 50-50 chance you could get out from like you could survive an appendectomy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get your fucking
Yeah, we could barely get the internet.
sure, but we're swapping faces.
We had AOL, but we could swap faces.
We get it.
Right.
All right. It's the same thing with Gump. Nobody believes it's basically a bumbling idiot just falling ass backwards into riches, mainly because at the core, even though he had problems,
Right.
he had a heart of gold.
But see,
And who don't want to see a champion
this is
win?
what I realized.
You know what I mean? Despite Jenny being the worst fucking
Worst
person
human on the
ever,
planet.
Forrest still loved her.
I realized, because I have seen the movie many a times now, right? And I can go, oh, especially when we did the funny one, because it was so comical and so accurate. But then I was like, oh, I was realizing everybody else, when you watch a movie in order at one time in one sitting,
Sure.
that director wrote that so that you could go on the ride with him.
Right.
And have this emotional.
It's kind of like when you watch shows like on YouTube, and
The commercial breaks at the wrong time?
yeah,
Or what?
it's the
Okay.
it's the same thing. It's like
Oh, dude, you ever watch comedy?
Whenever these ads come up,
A stand-up comedian that gets they put the commercial in between the punchline.
yeah,
Anyway, go on.
it's the same thing. It's just you can't watch a movie like that in snippets because you're not going to get the full content.
Dude, it was like watching it on TikTok, but 20
Right.
years,
So
30
look,
years ago.
I will concede that there
was a
could be a
problem.
valid reason why you didn't fully appreciate Forrest Gump if you were only getting it like fucking 25 minutes at a time.
At a time, and like I'm not even sure the guy started and stopped it at the exact same place. You know what I mean?
No.
Like it was just here you
Because
go.
I'll see you next week and let
Right.
it fucking run 10 minutes, and
Yeah,
then,
it was like, oh,
he's just like, oh shit, I'll do my
Yeah,
all right.
who cares? They'll be fine. Everybody's getting an A. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody's failing this stupid class. And it's like, all it did was the same day it ended, he just started Glory.
That professor was trying to get out there to go meet his like back
Oh,
page date.
that's
you know
it.
what I mean? He wasn't in
100%.
there trying to teach you guys
Nothing else was
anything.
about learning. And all I could think was like,
Again,
man, this-
I want to say that's the whole reason of the government class is
Right.
watching how people wasteful government.
wasteful government. I was like, I can't even believe I'm getting credit for this.
Yeah.
Right? And now it's like, yeah, you're getting credit, and hey, you're getting a movie. And I'm like, no, movies were fun in elementary when they were like, hey, we're going to show you Willy Wonka because it's raining. Okay, that sounds fun. You know, that's a good time. Oh, yeah.
So what did we learn this episode, children? John still has questionable judgment in movies.
I mean, questionable is not, that's the nice word of saying terrible
Right.
taste. Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We learned that Paul, what did we learn?
I will, as I make my final statement, your choice of whether you love or hate a movie is, it's, I don't know if you can even categorize it or quantify it. Still mind-boggling. 2, people who do things, you have your heyday.
Yeah.
Handle your money right.
Handle your money right.
Right? Don't buy 6 Phantoms,
Don't.
12 houses in Vegas,
Yeah, don't become
20
a
million.
sovereign citizen, Wesley.
$20 million watches that depreciate as soon as it goes on your wrist. And let the ego go. You get to an age, brother, you gotta let that ego go.
Man, it's so
But
sad to see people not.
Also, who among us could turn down $50 million?
Not me, sir. Not me.
Not even a little bit. I'm getting right into that ring and getting my ass handed to me for
100%.
$50 million.
Take
All
care,
right,
folks.
everybody. We'll see you next time.